and the squad went in on this design because this is so nice and it is so pretty. Plus, my favorite feature about any tops is here. Look at this. It's magnetic! Oh my gosh. If I could design my ideal foundation bottle, this will be it. You can see it. It feels heavy. It has a magnetic top. It looks luxe, and I'm overall here for it. So now that I'm done gushing about the foundation, let's talk about the formula. So the description says that this is a fade resistant, moisturizing, nourishing, and protecting formula that contains a blend of advanced elastomers and light diffusing powders to create the perfect radiant surface. Designed to create the appearance of flawless skin, this foundation also nourishes with breathable protection and is infused with hyaluronic acid to help moisturize for a plump, dewy look. A trio of natural oils including balsam copaiba, andiroba, acai, and anti-inflammatory noni fruit extracts nourish and calm the skin, while broad spectrum SPF 50 helps protect from the harmful effects of the sun. So don't come for me if I mispronounced any of those ingredients. Let's move on. But like the description said, this foundation does have SPF 50, which is good for those of you all who like to get your sunscreen on. Has a little bit of protection in there. If I counted correctly, this foundation formula has 39 different shades, and I have the color 7.5 Shade Beige, which I was going back and forth between this one and a few other colors, which if I have time, I will go to the counter while I'm out of town and compare just so you guys can see the different colors. But I was going back and forth between 7.2 or 7.7, which is honey, which was a little bit darker in the other formulas. But I'm not sure if this one is aligned with those as far as the color goes. So I'm very excited to do this wear test with you guys. You all know I love Tom Ford. Tom Ford is my favorite brand. I love the products, and most of all, I love the experience of owning Tom Ford products, taking it out, just being immersed in luxury and decadence. So that's what I love the most about the brands, and I'm very excited to be able to add this foundation on and see that Tom Ford has really done a good job in expanding their color range. And I think that this is the most diverse shade range that Tom Ford has had thus far. So hopefully this is a continuous pattern in the future whenever they come out with new complexion products. Hopefully they are able to offer us this type shade range, because I think that they are on the right track. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys what this foundation looks like. We're going to apply it, and then I'm going to do a wear test. And of course, at the end of the night, I will come back and give you all my final thoughts about how this foundation wore and just my overall thoughts about it. So I hope that you all enjoy, and I will check you all in a minute. I'm about to shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it. I am making sure that this foundation is very well shaken and not stirred, because it sounds very liquidy as I'm shaking it. So that lets me know that this formula probably has a tendency to settle in certain areas, and so you need to make sure that it's well incorporated. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with a few squirts, and I'm just going to go directly on my face. Let's do a little here, a little here. Let's just go in with 3 first. So I'm going to take my sponge, and this is the Kelsee sponge, and I love this sponge. I actually just got a new one, and blend this out, and I know better. I know better than to have on some earrings. Congratulations, I played myself. So this sponge is blending out this foundation, okay? I'm not mad at it. This foundation is giving me a nice medium amount of coverage. Right now, I'm having a very, and I do mean a very good skin day. So I really don't have any breakouts on the surface, but I do have one on the way because I can feel it. So hopefully I can do some things and get it to go away. But overall, my skin is pretty smooth today. But I just want to blend this all out. And with those 3 pumps, I feel like I got a good amount of coverage. Make sure I blend it on down, honey. It's almost like it's drying down to a semi-matte velvet-like finish. I'm going to go in with one other dab just because I always feel like I need a little bit more coverage right here. Like, this is the darkest area on my face, and so I like to go in with a little bit more, and it's building up really nicely. So I am impressed with that. I'm going to go take a little bit around my mouth. I honestly don't feel like I need any more. I got a good amount of coverage here. I feel like my skin looks very smooth, very balanced. I do still see certain imperfections on my face, but I am okay with that because overall I look very even but perfected, but yet still real in that my skin can breathe. So I'm really liking this finish. And this is just by itself. No powders, no concealers. I did have a little bit of concealer around my brows, but overall, I feel like this is a very beautiful finish on my skin. It looks glowy, it looks healthy, it does dry down just a little bit, but not too much to where it feels dry on the skin. So overall, I really like the way that this is looking right now. So I do want to go ahead and add some finishing touches to my makeup. I'll be right back. I will have all those details down in the description box. I'll check you all in uno momento. Ooh, look at this with just concealer, no powder. That's a move right there. My skin is glowing. I love it. So I am going to add a little bit of powder because I already know how this situation goes. It also is raining outside, so it's a little bit humid. So we don't take chances. MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. There is nothing that anybody could say to me right now to make me think that my skin is anything less than perfection. It's giving me coverage in just the right amount. It's giving me a little bit of color. It's giving me a beautiful finish. It's not too dry. It's not too dewy. It is just a very beautiful skin-like foundation that I feel like makes me look like I have more perfect skin than I do. And that is what I am here for, and that is what I am willing and ready to pay for. So I am very impressed with how my skin looks. I feel like all of my makeup went on top of this product exceptionally well. I love the way that everything plays with one another. I used products in conjunction with this foundation that I would typically use. And for me, if the products that I use all of the time kind of go against the foundation, I'm not going to fault the foundation 100% because not all the time formulas like to coexist. Sometimes certain formulas are not meant to live in the same world. But the fact that I have on some of my favorite products in the world and it's giving me another level of life that I didn't have before, and it's making me appreciate and love products that I use every single day even more, speaks to how beautiful this foundation is. So I am loving it. Of course, I am going to do a wear test, so you guys can stay tuned for that ride. It is currently 6 o'clock, so it is pretty late, and I do have to get up early in the morning, so I'm not going to do a full 8-hour wear test. I'm going to go for as long as I can go, and I will do check-ins and increments to let you guys see what everything is looking like. But like I said, it is raining outside, so it is a little bit humid, so that is going to take into account for a lot of the wear and tear that I'm about to experience right now as I step outside and get into these mean streets because your girl has to go eat dinner. So bear with me, stay with me, and then at the end of the video, I'll come back and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on everything. But for now, can't tell me nothing. You just can't. Like, I am feeling this. So it's been 2 hours. I wanted to come back and give you guys a check-in. I am currently at Red Lobster. I felt like it was very important to give you this check-in right now over all this talking because you can see me in another type of environment. Like, I'm under the romantic candlelight. I'm on a little date. Are we on a date? Perhaps we're on a date. Who knows? Maybe just a little dinner. But I think that my makeup is looking very nice. And I would like to add that my boyfriend said that he really likes my foundation because he says it looks
natural. So I really still liking it. I'll check you guys in a few more, let you guys know the updates. But we're about to leave here and hit a few stores before we hit the road tomorrow. Was that lame that I did like this? I don't care. That's how I felt. See you in a minute.
So I am back, and let's talk about my final thoughts about this product. And I know I did not do a lot of check-ins today. As a matter of fact, I only did one. Let me get this little leftover remnant of lipstick off my lips. But you guys, the upside of this is that I really put this foundation to work tonight. Okay, so as you all could tell at the beginning of the video, I was telling you that it was 6 o'clock in the evening when I was finished with my makeup, and it is now 2 o'clock in the morning on the dot. So I have had this foundation on for 8 hours now, and I did not plan on wearing it for 8 hours, nor did I plan on working this hard. So I've been packing, I've been trying on outfits. And on top of that, I went out in the rain and in the humidity. So I feel like this foundation has truly been put through a few things today that I really wasn't expecting to do. So you all can see how it held up. And I think this foundation held up beautifully. I love the finish of this foundation. It looks skin-like. And I like that even though you can still see your imperfections, my skin overall just looks very healthy and very even toned, and I don't feel like you need a lot of this foundation, which is a huge plus because this foundation is quite pricey, so you want to make sure that you're not overusing more than what you need. And so I think that with this foundation, just a little bit is going to go a long way in giving you a nice, even, beautiful, everyday type canvas. I can easily see myself reaching for this foundation all of the time because it gives you a my skin but better type feel, and it feels very lightweight on the skin. Even now, after wearing this foundation for the past 8 hours, my skin still feels very breathable. It does not feel itchy. I barely even notice it, and at the 8-hour mark is a make or break period for me as far as wanting to feel like I need to wash my face, because by this time, especially with doing all of the things that I've done today, most foundations would start to kind of itch me or either really be oily in the T-zone area, and I found that neither of those things that I don't like to happen with this foundation. So this one is a winner in my book. And I really still like the way that my skin looks even after having it on for as long as I have. So I'm very impressed with this foundation. This foundation is pretty. It's a genie in a bottle. And you just have to rub it the right way. I think this foundation is going to be one of my go-to foundations that I pull when I just want to have my skin to look like skin and be perfected without looking like I have on too much makeup. Love this. Love the color match. I didn't find the color to oxidize too much. I think that it looks very consistent to how it looked when I initially applied it, even though my oils have broken through, so that is another plus for me. But all in all, I am highly impressed with this foundation, and I would say if you are apprehensive about getting it, pop into a Tom Ford counter and get a sample, test it out and see how you like it. I think that this foundation can work on so many different skin types, ranging from normal to dry to combination to oily. If you all don't know, I have combination skin, so I get oily right in here. It didn't really happen for me today, and my skin definitely had the potential to go there today because I was doing the most. And so for my skin to still look like this, and you all can kind of tell because my voice is a little worn out, so that just goes to show this girl has had a long day. So I'm about to go to bed. I've been up since 6 a.m. this morning, and I just don't do stuff like this. I don't wake up that early and then stay up this late. I'm a girl who has to get her sleep. I will check you all in my very next video. Let me know if you all plan on getting your hands on this foundation. Let me know if it's something that you have been interested in. I am so interested to know what you all have to say about it. I cannot wait to read you all's comments. And I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. Smooches. Bye.